all of the issues with having to push forward and, you know, bite your teeth and keep going and keep achieving, it's moving now to a self-worth issue. Like, if you don't really believe that you're the best at what you can do and you don't have the strength to do it, it will literally show you why you don't. So it's a scary year if you don't believe in your own shit that you put out there. It's a very bad year for people who have very low self-esteems and hope that other people can pick them up, because there will not be that many people to pick them up. 2018 is a year about returning home. Now, what does that mean? Well, let's just cover it all. We've got Saturn in its home sign of Capricorn. We've got Venus, which is going to retrograde in Libra, its home sign. We've got Jupiter coming into Sagittarius at the end of the year in November and December of 2018. That's its home sign. We have Mars retrograding in its exaltation, which is the second home. But when you get all this energy coming home, and then Neptune is in Pisces. Now, I don't want to get too too deep religiously or anything like that, but some of the biggest spiritual things always happen when all the planets return home. They always like to say in Christianity, the second coming of Christ, or returning home. It's usually moments that, I don't want to say literally of Jesus coming home, but moments that could feel like that in years where a lot of things come home. Now, in 2017, we felt at the end of the year the farthest away from home, because we had a lot of planets in detriment. We had Mercury retrograde in detriment all through the end of November, December, and into January. We had Mars in detriment for 40 days. We also had Venus in detriment in Scorpio at the same time. That they were all happening at the same time. And at the same token, you know, Saturn does not like to be in Sagittarius. Jupiter doesn't like to be in Scorpio. There's a lot of planets that weren't happy at the end of 2017. 2018, well, we start off with some planets at home and we end with planets at home. So at the end of the day, the good news is, vibration-wise, yeah, it's forcing you to find your center, find your greatness, and find your at home in yourself, and find what you can do great with it. But at the end of the day, if you're not ready to do that work, if you're not ready to build that foundation, if you're not ready to own it, it's going to be a very tough year for you. Especially where we're going to start to see the node shift at the end of the year into Capricorn and Cancer. And this is going to be really hard. What really gets me is how 2018 and the foundation that you must build this year is going to affect us in 2019. Because 2019 is looking like I'm just going to say it looks like the chaotic year, okay? Just going to be real. So how far you take 2018 matters. Because where you're going to be in 2019, think of it as like the Titanic sinking, okay? Where is your lifeboat? What deck on Titanic are you on? That's all based on what ticket that you get at the end of 2018. So when we load the Titanic in 2019, I hate to use analogies that are just truer than true, but the best analogy that I can give you for 2018 is, you better work your ass off to get the ticket to get that better seat on Titanic. Because if you don't work on that this year, if you were going to throw away this year to being lazy, not putting in the work, just trying to chill out, guess what? I know it can be fun down at the bottom decks and listening to Irish music and dancing around, but when it sinks, it's not too fun having all that water at the bottom down there. And that's the problem, is we are having a north node come into Cancer. We are also going to have this year on July 12th a big solar eclipse. It's not total, but a partial solar eclipse happened in Cancer. And it's all going to be opposing Saturn, Pluto. Remember in 2019, Jupiter comes into Capricorn. The South Node's coming into Capricorn. Mars is retrograding in Capricorn this year. Capricorn is where all the action is happening. And Capricorn is not a place that gives charity or happiness to those that are at the bottom. I just hate to be honest with you. It really is where, like, you've got to step it up. If you're expecting the government to help you out and fix things for you or things like that, this is not going to be the time. It really, and I'm gonna just ripple some feathers here. It really is not because of Donald Trump. It is not because of Democrat or Republican. It is not because of a senator. It is not because of any person. It is literally because of what the universe is asking you to grow up with. And it isn't because of any political aspect. That is the whole problem, is people believe that the politics are the cause to where things are happening in life. But if you were gonna step back for a sec and just take a look at all the planets and see that they're all fucking happening in Capricorn, and they're massively happening in such an intense way, and there's massive eclipses happening here coming into 2019, Saturn and Pluto, which meet up here, and they haven't met up since the 1500s in Capricorn. You want to talk about some serious shit and really all about, look up what Capricorn means. It's Kronos. It's unfortunately also referred to as the devil in many ways too, and very ancient texts in astrology. Not saying that you have to go join the devil or anything. I think that it's about massive integrity towards learning that, you know what, you got to bite the bullet and do the hard work and deal with the devil on your back, but that doesn't mean that you can't be in the supreme light of God all the time and the positivity. But you know, it's definitely not going to be, you know, Rainbow Road this year to get there. Like, this is definitely a year that tests you to learn how to return home inside of yourself, find that home inside of yourself, and to be honest with you, learn to realize, and I hate to use the old term of hierarchies, but there are hierarchies on this planet with humans now. I'm trying to tell you that there is no excuse. It is your own self-worth and issues that, especially with Uranus coming into Taurus, I mean, Uranus is an awakener. It's an awakener. It literally throws you on your ass or picks you up and takes you to heaven. And it's in the sign of Taurus, the sign that is about your worth, your tools. You have the tools this year to make your life great. They're surrounded by you. I'm not joking. And I am blown away reading the messages from people on the internet, still coming into 2018 here, still for some reason thinking that, oh my God, it's because of this person. It's because of that. That's totally South Node in Aquarius. Getting lost into other people are the cause of my demise. If you get stuck on that or start tattooing that shit onto yourself, I guarantee you, you will not be happy. Jupiter's trining Neptune for most of this year. So when it comes to your dreams, your imagination, I gotta say, and more importantly, your spiritual duty, this is a time where you can mix spiritual duty and mix your pleasure at the same time and rock it harder than ever. So don't waste it. Don't waste it. I would not waste it. I would not waste any of this energy this year on things that you don't believe in, on things that are not part of your passion. If you're still working at that job that you don't like and you're still trying to tell yourself it's impossible to do what you love, it's impossible to do the things that you want, I'm telling you, the universe is more primed, and the way that the money system I think it's about individuality with money now. What do you offer to the world? One of the last things I want to bring about this year is this. With Saturn in Capricorn and Neptune in Pisces, sure, work your ass off, work hard, get a schedule going, put that work in every day. It's going to do wonders for you in your life. But the one thing that I got to say is Neptune is in sextile, which means you're going to need your time when you know you're going to have to give it to God. You're going to have to take a break. You're going to, it's okay to take breaks. It's okay to take little moments where you go, you know what? I've reached my max. I've worked my butt off. Let's throw it to God and see what happens. There's going to be parts where you're going to need to learn to chill out. There's going to be parts where you're going to need your escape from it. The universe isn't saying that you're stuck in a concentration camp or you're stuck in a slave labor camp and you can't have a little bit of a break. It's okay to take that break and not feel guilty about it. You're stepping into moments where you're envisioning more. You're envisioning your imagination. You're letting God come into your life more. And this is a year where literally if your business platform, your whole entire life's purpose is connected to a higher purpose, connected to a purpose that feels connected to your soul, that feels more connected to God and the universe, I guarantee you, you will not fail. But you are going to have the biggest blind faith ever. So in 2018, blind faith, courage, when you mix those two together, oh my gosh, most people don't do that. The deepest form of balls or ovaries is literally blind faith in your courage towards a higher path for your soul's purpose that is connected with the divine. That is the highest and the most intense that it could be.